All right, everybody, welcome back to Mildly Infuriating. This video brought to you by my Twitch channel, where if you want to catch me saying the F word accidentally before it makes it to Captain Sparkles 2 on YouTube, you better go to twitch.tv/Captain Sparkles. I can't believe I've done this, and it's the most viewed clip on here by a long shot. Let's start off with number 19. Was browsing Google Earth, and I found this gem. Why would you forget to put the stripe on that roof? That's just honestly ridiculous. Think of the people browsing this by satellite. I don't care if these buildings were made back in the 1950s before anyone could have ever imagined that you'd be able to view any location on Earth from the top down, which is still mind-boggling to me, but I feel like we take it for granted. I don't care if you didn't know that was going to be a thing. Take some pride in your construction, and don't leave one out, unless they knew the future and they left it as an Easter egg, just so we would stumble upon it and post it on Reddit. Mildly infuriating. How my family uses a tape line. Wait, what? Also, did you call it a tape line? Is that what a tape measure is called in different places? I've never heard it called a tape line before. When I was doing a Maya Night live stream recently, we got into a whole debate about cookies and biscuits and lifts and elevators in UK versus US terminology. And so maybe this is a UK thing. But what the heck? The whole point is it rolls back into there. Who in the world would ever roll and rubber band their freaking thing? Oh, I mean, maybe the rewind mechanism doesn't work anymore. The spring is broken and it doesn't retract. Can't you still push it in? I mean, you had to get the thing out in the first place. Do you not know it goes back? Or are you like,
God, it's one-time use, so.
You know, when you really finally have to measure that really long distance, now you have to deal with this tape that's just left over. Surely it doesn't go back in where it came from. It's an 8-pack, but 9 would fit perfectly. That's very frustrating. You know, you could have put it in like a 2x4 box, but instead you didn't. Wait, why would you do that? Anyone in their right mind looking at this box would be like, oh, it must be arranged 4 wide by 2 tall and then 1 deep or something like that. No one in a million years would open that expecting that that is how this is laid out. This is truly unexpected. This should go on the unexpected subreddit, honestly, because why in the world would you ever pack 8 gum that way? It's bizarre. I don't get it. Clickbaiting an 84-year-old YouTuber. YouTuber Skyrim Grandma announces she is scaling back streams for the sake of her health after receiving onslaught of patronizing comments. I don't know who you are or where you get your ideas from, but there was no onslaught of patronizing comments. But yes, I'm scaling back my videos due to health. Most people on my channel are very nice. I do wish you would delete this so it'd go away. There's a subreddit called Demonetized by Words, and I feel like this fits pretty well. Gotta get those views on that article, dude. Gotta make it seem like a bigger deal than it actually is. Hey guys, taking a break from my YouTube channel, we'll catch up. That's all. Articles, YouTuber burned out. Will he ever recover? Going through massive struggles. Who knows if he'll ever return to his channel? Fortunately, I'm not important enough to have had those sorts of things come out when I did my break last week, but I do know that PewDiePie had a lot of that happen when he said he was taking a break. Granted, his break was a little bit longer, but still, it was more just like, I'm chill a little bit. And then news places were like, is he leaving forever? What drove him to this extreme measure? Let's find out. Thanks. Why is it slightly off? Oh, you know what? It could be a monitor refresh rate thing. It might not actually be that your computer is outputting the signal at different times. So I mean, they're not really implying anything at all, but I do think being that, actually it does make a lot of sense because the display here is integrated into the computer, right? Because it's an iMac, so you've got everything in that one housing, whereas this is an external monitor, and so there is a chance that that could have a different refresh rate. Like this is probably pretty instantaneous here, and you're seeing that that has a slight bit of input lag to it, which I've tried playing on a really large TV before that had terrible, terrible input lag. Oh, it's just the worst. Like you move the controller, you move the joystick, you're like, all right, come on TV, let's do it. Make it happen, come on, all right, now, cool. It's like communicating with the a Martian rover or something like that, trying to get it to move. I'm like, all right, we're not gonna continue. This is not a fun experience. Dixode, NO2, nitrogen dioxide. Correct answer is nitrogen dioxide. Sorry, you do not capitalize those letters. This is a password. It is case sensitive, and therefore this will not be tolerated. I don't care that this is your title of your submission. It's not happening. You can't capitalize. It's improper, dude. Those elements, they're really small, right? Molecules really small, so therefore we can't have capital letters here. It's an unrealistic representation. My glass shower door shattered for no reason in the middle of the night. Like, you were just in bed and all of a sudden you heard shattering, and then that was that. You're like, oh, that's cool. Hey, you know what? On the plus side, most of it landed in the shower, right? It contained it nicely. You don't have to worry about too many shards all over the place. So it was like, I'm out. I've supported myself for far too long here. I'm getting tired. I sleep now. I see you sleeping in there. I sleep now too. Okay, this looks like a nice, pleasant place to lie down. Some warm water. Could you turn on the faucet? I'd like to feel the warmth before I'm disposed of. Thank you so much. Seriously? I deleted my son's Steam account because it was great, and now he won't speak to me. I feel really bad, and I want to make it right. How do I get the account back? I don't actually know if there is a way to undo canceling a Steam account. I wonder if Steam, because all it really is like an account that is whitelisted to access particular downloads from the Steam servers. So them keeping a backup is probably like no memory whatsoever. So unless it's like a privacy policy situation, I would imagine there's a way to recover without looking into it. I have no idea. This looks like a bit of a repeat of the I deleted my son's Minecraft save. Am I the a-hole? I wonder if it's actually someone just who saw that and then decided I should do one of these. It gets a lot of attention on the internet, and I can do it anonymously, so no one will actually hate me for real. Mildly infuriating level, refund. Maybe you like a little bit of variety in your shapes. You know, a little bit of one thing on the top, the other thing in the bottom, and then just a bunch of batter spilled out on all the rest of the thing. Imagine not realizing that you have to, like, what did they even, oh yeah, they rotated it. They rotated it instead of flipping it. You gotta mirror it if you're gonna, so that's probably a very significant mistake that they've made on a very significant amount of those products. I doubt you're the only one who's had this problem. And I'd be very surprised if this thing had more than like a 1-star review on Amazon, because that is like, they only have one mold. They need to have a second mold that is a mirror of the one down there, and apparently they just don't have it. So nobody's getting the right product, and this isn't good. Yes, reality is often disappointing. But Oh, I was like, I thought what was going on here is they opened the package and there was a bite taken out of it, and I was like, how does that happen? How does a partially eaten thing get into the sealed package? No, I see. It's the filling is a little bit mislabeled here. See, this is why there are so many posts on the expectation versus reality subreddit where it's like, hey, look, it's my product. It looks how it's supposed to look. And people are like, whoa, dude, upvote. It looks like it's supposed to. That's insane. That never happens. And I'm like, well, you're the one ruining for everyone else. To where so many people just expect things to be trash that when it actually just looks like it's supposed to, they're like, this is worthy of #1 spot of the month. Stop doing this. People, I'm sure possible food manufacturing issues that can happen every now and again that can cause this to take place just within the margin of error. I realize that, but still causes people to expect things are never going to go right. I can only dream of being such a perfect combo of creative and pretty. My sister and I had an argument, and she's chopped off the bristles on my toothbrush. Why? That's like, there's a brand new sentence is a subreddit. Brand new revenge is also one. Of all the things you could do, all the options out there for revenge, chopping off the bristles off somebody's toothbrush is a new one. It still almost looks functional though, like you could still brush your teeth with it, and it really does look like they've attempted to do it. But you know, you're just gonna go get a new toothbrush after this. It's about the most minimal inconvenience you could probably ever be faced with, and most people I think probably have an extra toothbrush at home. So it's like, hey, you know what you could have done instead is just thrown the toothbrush in the trash. It just bothers me. Ugh. I don't think that just bothers you. I'm pretty sure that bothers just about everyone. Like, oh God. Maybe it's a workplace laptop or something for construction sites, and that's concrete dust, not other things. Oh man, I've gotten crap for little food splatters. Like everyone has a little dot here and there on their monitor, right? I've gotten crap for that. Look at this. This is taking it to a whole new level. And also, why is there just a randomly placed Monster Energy sticker upside down? What? Like, why'd you do that? You also cut bristles off of toothbrushes? Is that your hobby on the side? I don't get it. Your brain is trying to identify an object, but it can't. What is what? I thought maybe I could, break the mold and I'd be able to figure it out despite the title saying otherwise, but it looks like a person, but it's not. What is it? It's an AI generated image, so it's literally nothing. What? What in the world, dude? So it's like when somebody who doesn't know a language attempts to emulate the sound of that language, and the person who speaks the language is like, but it sounds like I should know what this is, but I don't. So what? Oh my God, dude, that's not cool. You can't. How can an AI generate an image that looks like it's taken inside of kind of a poorly lit room in a home, and there's a carpet and a desk and a couch and a beanie and a sweater, but it's just like, oh, I'm glad that comment was there. Otherwise, I would have been driven absolutely mad. And for those of you who were about to comment, it's obviously this. Yeah, guess what? It's not. You're wrong. Apartment number 2020 is looking at apartments because I'm trying to move. And look at this freaking kitchen. It just looks kind of incomplete, I guess. It's very cute. And I mean, there are people who live with probably even smaller kitchens out there in like micro apartments and stuff. Or maybe in the micro apartment, it's just that the kitchen might be bigger, but it encompasses a larger portion of the unit. I feel like you might, I don't know, need a stove could be helpful. There are a lot of things that you can't do in a microwave given the whole, metal issue. So it seems like a bit of a crucial piece missing. Most other things you can get done. That might be the tiniest fridge on the planet, so you're going to be eating takeout a lot. So, I mean, I'd be perfect there, honestly. I don't really cook. Don't do any of that. I could get by with this. A microwave's kind of all I need. Women's pockets can fit less than half of a Switch Lite, whereas men's pockets can fit a whole Switch. I didn't know there was a Switch Lite. There's a Switch Lite? Huh. The more you know. Sorry, playing on PC, guys. I haven't kept up with the whole console thing. I know a PS5 is coming at some point. I don't think... Is there a new Xbox yet? I have no idea. Well, anyway. I guess I can't say I'm terribly surprised by that, right? I feel like generally the storage space in women's clothing is less. I didn't realize that in equivalent items of clothing, it would also be smaller, but it doesn't surprise me now that I think about it. I think I'm not a woman, and I haven't worn women's clothing other than the occasional attempt to walk a few feet in high heels or something on a dare or a challenge. But it does seem like there's an inconvenient lack of storage, especially in dresses and stuff. Like if you're going out for an evening, you have to carry around a bag with you, whereas I can have dress pants and I can stick stuff in the pockets, and it's fantastic, dude. It's really convenient. And I feel like pockets would be pretty swick. But anywho, I'm sure they exist, just not as common. And the top for the last month, I thought I had separated 50 eggs without breaking a yolk until I noticed one on the edge. Ah, dude, that yolk lived life on the edge, and unfortunately it backfired on it. It's a bummer. It is a very, very clean smooth membrane-like thing. I mean, at the end of the day, right, you're probably gonna mix those up regardless. You like the idea, oh, that looks pretty cool, unbroken, but you're gonna have to break it at some point anyway. This just made it easier on you. It was like, dude, if I don't just break naturally, he's gonna look at this and he's never actually gonna scramble me. He's never gonna use me in whatever recipe he's gonna use. So I'm gonna do this just to make, you know what, one broke already, frick, screw it. Social media photo anyway. You could have been on Oddly Satisfying. Instead, you're on Mildly Infuriating. You'll get them next time, champ. Anyway, that's it for the last month of Mildly Infuriating. I hope you've been infuriated. Make sure to like if you were infuriated. Check out the playlist if you want to catch more of this. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And again, feel free to check out our sponsor, twitch.tv/CaptainSparkles. Thanks for watching. See you next time.